Good morning, folks. Well, I painted up a miniature the other day while waiting for rust-colored primer to arrive for my U-boat. I've had this figure for a few months and decided it was time to give it a go. This is actually of a real-life historical figure, a woman named Maureen Dunlop, who was a pilot who flew for the British Air Transport Auxiliary during World War II. She was born in Argentina in 1920. Her father was from Australia. He managed a sheep farm in Patagonia. He had served with the Royal Field Artillery during World War I, and Maureen's mother was English. While she was on holiday in Britain in 1936, at the age of 15, Maureen started taking flying lessons. And on returning to Argentina, she backdated her birth certificate so she could continue to receive flight training and joined a local flying club there. When war broke out 3 years later, Maureen wanted to actively support the war effort. But to join the ATA, women pilots needed to have a minimum of 500 hours of solo time. That was twice that of a man, by the way. After she had increased her flight hours, solo hours, by early 1942, Dunlop traveled to England on a neutral Argentine registered ship. There she joined the ATA, one of 164 female pilots eventually to do so. She was trained to fly 38 types of aircraft, and she logged over 800 hours in time in Spitfires, Mustangs, Typhoons, and bombers. She later stated her favorite aircraft to fly was the de Havilland Mosquito. During her service, she was forced occasionally for emergency landings, once after the cockpit canopy of her Spitfire blew off after takeoff, and another occasion she put down in a field after the engine of her Fairfield Argus failed. She became a cover girl when she was pictured pushing her hair out of her face after she left the cockpit of a Ferry Barracuda aircraft, and the shot was featured on the front page of Picture Post magazine in 1944. And that's what I'm using as the thumbnail for this video. After the war ended, she qualified to become a flying instructor at RAF Luton before she returned to Argentina. She also instructed pilots and flew for the Argentine Air Force, and she worked as a commercial pilot. In 1955, she married a retired Romanian diplomat. They had a family. They moved to Norfolk and bred purebred Arab horses. She passed away at the age of in 2012. I guess almost 90 years old, or maybe a little over 90. Not doing my math here. Anyway, I enjoyed doing this miniature. It definitely still needs a fair amount of cleanup around the straps, the parachute straps, which are ragged to say the least. I would have loved to put a little more contrast in Maureen's face, but frankly I was terrified to do so and figured if I tried to make it a bit more bold or pop, I might just muck it up more. So it's a little understated to say the least, but I'm basically pleased with the paint job. I think it's the first female figure I've painted. Anyway, I've got a second one in a box, so I can always try to do better next time around. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye-bye.